everybody, it's Christine. It is day 11 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, series 12. I don't think I normally tell y'all which series it is, and I guess I just thought about it, and I go, you know, we do this like every 3 or 4 months or whatever, so thought I'll start throwing that in there. Who knows? If I remember, we'll see. The sketch is by Brandy Jo, which is Scrappy Boy Mama, and it's wonderfully simple. Basically, these torn pieces down here at a diagonal. We got 2 pictures. She's got some clusters. She's got mixed media. We will see. We will see. And then a tile across the top. So, my pictures I have here are me and my girl Shaylee. And Miss Shaylee here she was leveling up. Some of you guys know and paid attention or not, but we're in a network marketing business, and she was getting her pin, and we were so excited. And we had little matching outfits on and everything. It was so cute. She is adorable. She also runs my nutrition club, so incredibly smart girl. And I've got my grab bag. I wrote the wrong month on here initially, and then I realized, wait a minute, this is the grab bag. So Hip Kit Club had like a big International Scrapbook Day sale, and I bought a grab bag, and it's got all these different papers. So I'm hopeful. I'm kind of looking at this one, honestly, because it's at a diagonal. So I'm thinking, maybe I can use that some kind of way. Oh, I totally thought that said Angry Rainbow, and that said Artsy Rainbow. And actually, we'll see here. Maybe I can use this pretty black and white floral on the back side might be really pretty. What if I do that, y'all, and I tear those? Oh, that might work. I don't know. I got to play with that. Now, and then the little embellishments. Now, these are like a grab bag, so they don't technically necessarily, quote, go with the collections. But I've said this before, they do tend to have very similar colorways. So, like I can use some of these as the title. I'm not really sure yet. Chase Those Big Dreams. That's really perfect. So I can work with some of this. And if not, I have an entire bucket over here of Hip Kit extras that I have used up the papers and not the embellishments. So let me do my trimming and get myself figured out here. I don't want to use my other rainbow because it's too pretty. I have to look through here because I need to find one other. Her sketch kind of almost showed like 2 layers of paper tears. And I kind of want to use a second paper. So I got to go through that and figure that out. And I'll be back on in a second. Well, y'all, I still ended up using the back side of that rainbow. The yellow flower just looked too good with it as a complimentary paper. So I went ahead and used it. I go, you know what? Just use it, Christine. It's just paper, right? So the one thing I did do that I kind of boo-booed on. So I like this trick of tearing them at the same time. So you have the same, you can kind of follow the same little pattern on your tear. And I did that, and the bottom worked out really fine. But the top, I didn't do it right because I tore it a little too short of the corner, and I didn't think about it when I do that and I bring it down. Well, now all of a sudden you see the strange little endings. So I should have actually allowed that to go all the way to the end, but it's okay. I just tore a little more off the yellow and just kind of made it like, it's fine. It goes up into the pink or whatever. I just had to tear it off a little bit more, but I would have preferred to have had it go all the way. So that was a boo-boo, but I fixed it. It's all right. The next thing I'm going to end up doing here, I'm looking at my sketch there. I got my 2 pictures, and I have this other blue paper over here that's kind of got a color wash to it. And that's what I think, okay, I'm going to map my photos on that. But I kind of decided they were getting a little bit lost just because we're all wearing blue and all the things. So I go grab a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and mount those on white and then mount it on the blue. And you'll see me do that, and then you're going to see me decide I need another piece of cardstock. And I'm going to actually go with black because I've got that little black and white floral behind everything going on here. And I kind of realized why I really like that black and white floral too. I realized that's kind of like she's got that mixed media on the sketch, and I feel like I'm kind of using that as my substitute as my mixed media here. So I've got my white cardstock. I'm going to mat it on this blue, and then I'm going to add my black, and then I'm going to add foam to the whole little deal here. Now, I do make this thing crooked, y'all. I have to redo this like 3 times. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I'm always so crooked. Well, not always, but I laid it down there and it was crooked, and I'm like, oh, I got to fix it. And then it was, whatever. I'll fix it. It's fine. It looks good in the end. So my little pictures here, I told y'all my little girl Shaylee there, she's so sweet. She runs my nutrition club and everything. And it's really funny. She came into work in the nutrition club, and if I'm 100% honest, she's, you can see she's kind of young here. I would not normally have talked to somebody her age because I think there's a lot of responsibility involved in running the nutrition club and everything like that. But she really impressed me. She had her resume. I mean, I was really impressed. So, and it has been one of the best decisions I think I've ever made as it relates to my business. So she is wonderful. I love her. She's kind of part of the family at this point. I call her my other daughter. and I just adore her. So she's kind of, she's added a lot to my life, and I really appreciate that. Okay, so I've got my picture here. I'm going to grab my foam. I kind of fast around this just a second, think, okay, wait, which direction I cut my foam? Y'all, I got really sideways on some of these little silly things. I'm like, why am I having such difficulty? This was a simple layout. It really kind of didn't take me too long, but it kind of took me longer than it should have, if that makes any sense. What's funny is I pull out the fonts I showed you. There's like a little, I don't know what color green that is, like a little seafoam green, I guess, and a pink little script here. And I'm looking at that going, okay, this is great. I'm going to make a 2-font title. And then I start remembering, I go, wait a minute, I already have these fonts. I mean, I do get the hip kit, right? So that makes some sense. But I was thinking, let me go see how much I have left. Because I thought, well, I'll make my title out of the used ones. And then if I need to, I'll get into the new ones. Well, I didn't have to, actually. I ended up having enough letters on my older ones that I didn't have to break into the new ones. But that's okay. That just means I have that much more. And so the title is going to be called Leveling Up. And I start with my leveling on the left-hand side. But what ends up happening is I want the up to be the other font, the little scripty font. And, of course, the P always has a little droopy tail. So once I kind of put this here, I'll put the up, down. I'll lay the up on the paper and realize I have to scooch it to the right for the P to kind of drop to the side of the photo. And then when I do that, I realize my leveling is too far away. So then I run over, and you'll see me do this in just a minute. I'll get into my enamel dots box. So I have a whole box, y'all. Or what do you call those things? It's the things that kind of go in the little cubes, you know, the little fabric cubes or whatever. And I have an entire deal of those of enamel dots, y'all. And then when I say enamel dots, I actually had arrows. So you'll see I'm going to grab these arrows. Well, you don't see that part because I already went through it. I went through this whole box of things. I found these white arrows. Well, initially I stuck it between leveling and up, but you couldn't really see it. For whatever reason, the little white arrows kind of got lost. So I scooched my leveling over to touch the up, and I've put the arrows to the left of the L, so you can kind of see them on there. And then there was a heart on the little pink font, and so I went ahead and added that because I think that looks cute. Now I've gone through, and I've got this little pack of florals that came in my grab bag, and I think it was with the collection Better Together. I don't know which month or year or anything like that, but it was called Better Together, and there was this huge batch of florals, which was perfect. And also the colors were perfect because they went with this rainbow real well. Well, that might be because that rainbow was from that Better Together too. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so I'm going to build out these florals kind of per the sketch. I mean, if I'm honest, I probably went way bigger, way bigger than the sketch showed the florals, but I liked it. It's okay. I'm going to put a corner one down there on the lower left, and I'll add some foam underneath that in just a minute. I think I'm just really dry fitting right now. I do like this little butterfly, so I'm going to use a little butterfly. I'm going to use the one, I tried a couple of different ones. I auditioned a couple, but I'm going to go back to that darker blue. Basically because I didn't want to get lost amongst all the flowers and all the patterns and stuff. So the darker blue kind of stood out to me the most. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to start gluing this stuff down. And then if I'm honest with you, I couldn't remember exactly how I laid those flowers. So I'll end up actually adding another flower that I don't think is laying right there right now because I couldn't figure out how I'd laid them to begin with. And, well, to fix the problem, I just had to add another flower, which I don't think is a bad thing. Lots of flowers. What am I doing here? So I'm adding some foam. Like I said, I put foam underneath the lower left flower down there. I'll put foam underneath my butterfly. And I will add just a tiny bit of flour under the flower. I'll add just a tiny bit of foam under the flower that I'm going to add in just a minute, which is that purple one at the very top in the middle there. You can kind of see there's like a greenish yellowy one, and then right above it's kind of a purpley one. He's going to actually end up on the layout down in my lower left cluster down there. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Oh, there I am. I've got the foam again. I think I'm just trying to figure out where this stuff's going to go. I have to add foam everywhere. The next thing I do, so I've got everything kind of glued down. This is me finishing up the last little bit here. And I'm going to put that little butterfly on the upper right. And then I'm going to get into my sticker sheet that's laying there. I don't know. I think that was called Chasing Dreams, maybe. I think that's the name of the collection. You can kind of see the name of it at the top of the little sheet there. And there was that little sticker that I mentioned to you in the beginning that said Chase Those Big Dreams. And I think that's really good. That's kind of apropos for these events and leveling up and that sort of thing. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to find another sticker that says New Beginnings on the back side in just a minute. And initially, I kind of thought about it because I do like New Beginnings because it is kind of the beginning of her career. So I was not going to put it. Then I did decide to put it. I'm thinking about it, see? And then I decided, no, I do like it. And the main reason I was kind of thinking on it is because the sketch didn't have any kind of little baby title like that. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the boss of my own layout. So I put it up there. And then I found one more little sticker. This says, keep on going, keep on growing. And I'll put that on the left-hand side as well. She didn't really, again, have any wordy bits. But I do like these thoughts and these... they just go with the event. Like I said, it kind of goes with the whole thing. And then I decided to get into these little puffy stickers, and there's just little flowers. And I'm going to kind of just pick kind of random, you know, colors or little flowers here just to kind of sprinkle in amongst these two clusters on either side of the photo. And I really like these little puffies. They're so cute. I don't know if it's from that same collection. These seem to maybe be a little bit different, but again, the colorways are so good together that it doesn't matter. They actually go pretty well. So I'm going to put that down there. And then that's all I'm going to do to layout, y'all. This turned out so pretty. I really love this little rainbow deal. And I love this whole little thing. It's just adorable. And I love these pictures too. I love that girl. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. There's probably, I don't know how many now. It's probably 100 or so videos. And make sure you check out my Instagram at Scrapping Harden. Like and subscribe and all the goodies. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.